Hello, dear children. Welcome back to my channel Psychology Point. And this video is for class 12 children. After Diwali vibe, now you all should start getting examination vibe. As you all know that this time examinations will be little early, and as the tentative board scheme shows that your psychology exam is due on 23rd of Feb. That's very early, I know. So I think we all should start focusing our attentions on our syllabus and books now and leave everything else as the time is running very fast. So from today on my channel for you all, I will be starting the discussions of the toppers answer sheet year. That will help you to know how to write your answers, because basically what happens is till this time you all have prepared the material from your books. You know the concepts, those who are very sincere, those who are aiming for 100% marks. But now you need to focus more on the type of questions. That thing will be solved by this discussion, plus also what type of points you should include in your answers so that you score better. Okay, so this series is going to be very helpful. At least of last 5 years I'll be discussing. So today I start with the year 24-25. Okay, children. So before I start the discussion of this paper, I would like to suggest you to go through the new pattern of this year's paper. For that, I had already uploaded the discussion of the sample paper. Okay, I'll be posting the link of that video in the description. You can go through it. Then you all must be appearing in the pre-board examinations now. So for that also these videos will be very helpful, as you will be exposed to the questions which you are asked in the board. So children, first, before I start, you all should like, share and subscribe my channel if you haven't done till now. Okay, so the first question: Sangeeta is a counselor. She interacts with the client and seeks information from the client on one-to-one basis. She is using dash as the method of assessment. What could be the answer to this? Interview. This child has secured 100% marks, but still my suggestion would be, instead of writing the word option again and again, please write the correct answer. Write it like this: first, D, interview. That also will be taking that much time only. Okay. Let's proceed to the second question. Suren's newborn son has no idea of his own self. This refers to which of the following? I'll be reading four statements. You have to tell me which of the two statements are true. He is unaware of various objects in his environment, such as chair or a table in his room. He is able to cry when he is hungry. Sometimes he smiles when he sleeps. People around him are the part of his experiences. However, he cannot gather any meaning from it. Option B is correct. That is the first and the fourth statement. First statement is telling us that a newborn child is having no knowledge of chair or a table. Then fourth statement is telling us that people around him are the part of his experiences, but for him they are not having any meaning. He is not able to perceive them, perceive the meanings of the objects. Okay, as you know, this is only the self will develop as the child starts interaction. In a newborn, the child, there is no concept of self. Okay, so let's proceed to the assertion reasoning question. The theory of primary mental abilities states that intelligence consists of primary abilities, each of which is relatively independent of others. This theory explains that intelligence consists of abilities operating at two levels called level 1 and level 2. This is assertion reasoning question, and the first statement about the primary mental ability is true, but the reason is false. Okay, as you know, this theory is not talking about these levels. Okay. Next, Naresh endures personal stresses due to noisy surroundings, water shortage. Then, which type of stress is he experiencing? Which stressor is he experiencing? Everyday hassles. Okay. Ritika's stress level was good for her and enhanced her performance. Which term, which type of will describe her stress? Eustress. Okay, next let us see. Next is again assertion reasoning question. Students facing important examination can be highly stressed. Reduced level of natural killer cell cytotoxicity have been found in people who are highly stressed. Is it, what could be the answer? Sixth question. Option B. Again, both are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Now, an ancient theory holds that abnormal behavior can be explained by the dash. Now you have to tell me. I'm not going to read all the options. I'll be, providing you with the PDFs of these question paper. Whosoever wishes can send me the email and I'll provide you the question paper. You can write the email in the comment section and I'll provide you with the PDFs of the question paper free of cost. Now the question is, what an ancient theory holds that abnormal behavior can be explained by the dash, by operation of supernatural and magical forces. Ranjit is unable to stop thinking about locking his house. At work, he is preoccupied with his unreasonable and repetitive thoughts. So he is suffering from obsession. Okay. Next, let us see. Mitali dominates and bullies others without any provocation. So which type of aggression is she exhibiting? This is question number 9. Proactive aggression. Hina's therapist at rehabilitation center administers what to improve the basic functions of her attention and memory? That is cognitive retraining. Next, the group that is the target of the prejudice is sometimes responsible for continuing that prejudice. What is this phenomenon called? Self-fulfilling proficiency. Okay, next is Mayank helped the victims of the flood affected region unconditionally, as he understood that they were in need. This is the example of social facilitation. Okay, next is question number 13. Question number 13 is again assertion reasoning. A person's behavior is never contrary to is never opposite to his attitudes towards a particular topic. Reason there would be consistency between attitudes and behavior when the attitude is strong. Do you think? No. Assertion is false, but the reason is true. Okay. The relative social possession given to a group member by others is known as status. The stage in which there is a conflict among members about how the target of the group is to be achieved is called the norming stage. See, one more advantage of these videos you can take up when you have prepared your chapters and you want to test yourself, you just keep your Bluetooth in your ears and you can just keep listening to these videos and you can revise your syllabus very nicely. Okay, so till now, if you haven't subscribed my channel, do subscribe and do like and share. Let's proceed to section B. The first question is in this section is explain the term assessment. Very well written by the child, and underline the key words, that is measurement and evaluation, then flow chart showing the formal types of assessment, formal and informal. Now next you have to explain this term. Intelligence by itself does not ensure creativity. So let's see how the child has written further, and she has started with the sentence. Then researchers have found that the relationship between intelligence and creativity is positive. You all must have read about the Terman's study in this. That let us see in the next page she must have mentioned. Okay, so the child has written like this, but you can also mention Terman's study, that is given in the marking scheme also, which I have. Sometimes, examiners are very strict, so let us be very perfect. Now the next question says that in India, Malik and Joshi have developed this multifaceted personality inventory. Which test it has been adopted from, and explain its important uses. So you all must be knowing that this is adopted from MMPI, and that is used for diagnosis of psychological disorders, as the child has also written. So the answer is good. Okay, the question number 19 is cognitive therapy. Related to cognitive therapy, I'm just reading the question for you. Mukesh is preparing for an entrance examination and is anxious. He has persistent, irrational thought that he would not succeed. Explain the therapy that can help him understand and overcome his anxiety. So in this, all types of therapy, cognitive therapies which you have done in your classes, you can mention. That is even rational emotive therapy, as the child has mentioned, or cognitive therapy by Aaron Beck, or cognitive behavior therapy. Any therapy you can mention, but please underline the keywords as this child has done. Psychological distress, irrational belief, then irrational, replace irrational thoughts with rational one. You can also write the name of the psychologist to enhance your answer. Next, let us come to the 20th question. The therapy which considers a person as a whole entity consisting of body, mind, and emotion also explains the elevation of client's problem. Identify the therapy and state any two key features. So here you all know that is Gestalt therapy, and the child has written it perfectly. Good, nice. My answer is perfect. Okay, so the next question is asking you to write about the ABC of attitude. Let me read the question for you. 21st, Mridul feels very happy to join a group of people in the neighborhood to start the tree plantation campaign. Explain any two components of his attitude towards the green environment. So you have to explain only two components as the child has explained. You can improvise your answers in your own way, but please underline the keywords. Okay, so the next question is Mohit understands the motives, feelings, and behavior of other people and can develop a comfortable relationship with them. He also likes to travel as he recognizes the beauty of different species of flora and fauna. Identify the types of intelligence which he possesses in accordance with Gardner's theory, and from the information provided about Mohit, explain any other two types of intelligence that Mohit will not be possessing. So here you see, the child has presented the answer in this way, but my suggestion would be just mention on the top Gardner's theory, explained that intelligence is not a single entity according to Gardner, and then in a chart form mention all 8 types of intelligence. Then come to कि Mohit possesses interpersonal intelligence in one block and naturalistic intelligence in the other block, and write the answer. After this, let us turn to the other page. After that, I had taught my children to present it in this manner, like they will be writing, Mohit may not be possessing the types of intelligence in one side. In one cloud, they can present interpersonal intelligence, what it is, and then musical intelligence. And after that, I think that there would be a concluding sentence on the next page since it is a 3 marker. Next question is very simple, straightforward question. Describe any 3 life skills that can help a person to meet the life challenges. And the answer the child has written very good. Introduction also is there. Definition of life skill is there. Then this there are different types of life skills that are there, and then you have to explain any 3 of them. See, there should be the conclusion for the 3 marker answers. So in one line only, the child should have written heading conclusion and then written these are the life skills which help us to meet the challenges of our life. Okay, only one line is sufficient, but answer should be presented in this. Okay, next question is related to separation anxiety disorder, and the questions ask you whether it is a neurodevelopmental disorder. It is not. So the child has explained that in one line and also mentioned the type of disorder it is, that is anxiety disorder. Next, she has explained the symptoms very nicely in the points. The child is showing tantrums and suicidal gestures so that he is not left alone. Okay, again, according to me, there should be conclusion also. Next, we proceed with the section D and question number 25. Women is brought up in a society which is technologically advanced. Explain the intelligence that is adopted by him. Is it likely to be tuned by cultural factors? Give reason for your answer. You can read the answer very nicely. She has written underlining all the keywords. Next, the child has mentioned the role of the culture in the development of intelligence using all the keywords used in NCERT. So the answer is good. But of course, next question is a psychologist used projective techniques to assess Rupa's personality. What are the chief features and benefits of using these tests for her when compared to the direct methods? Okay, so in this, the child has written that these techniques overcome the limitations of direct techniques. Actually, in the starting, on the next page, she has mentioned the features of projective techniques. So in the starting, she should have mentioned the features of techniques and then the benefits. I will be preparing one shot for the projective techniques and particularly this answer, the way I teach my children to present. You see in the next page, she has the next slide. I put connect. Yes, this should be written first and then that should be written. And as I've told you, I'll be providing you this answer in my own handwriting. Next question is related to techniques in behavior therapy. The question exactly is explain any 4 techniques used in behavior therapy. And child has written very well with the example also and drawn the flowchart also. But again, I prefer introduction in one line. Introduction. You can keep on leaving the space. Even the children who find it very difficult to write so much, they can leave the space, and if they have time, then they can just write one-liner introduction and one-liner conclusion to their answers. Otherwise, my children are getting trained. They write and they don't miss their paper. Okay, they might be finding it a little difficult, but then for gaining something, you have to do something. Okay, otherwise the answer is good. In one line, we can tell that what is behavior therapy, the psychologist, then we can tell about in behavior therapy, the main cause of the psychological distress is faulty learning. At least this much. This is all fine, presented in points. Now, 28th question says, Sakshi is a member of his school basket team. Santosh is a member of group of teachers that help with co-curricular activities in the school. State the differences between Sakshi's team and Santosh's team. So she has highlighted very nicely. Firstly, she has discussed the team and its characteristic, then group and its characteristic, and then the difference between the team and a group. Okay, next let us see the next. Now in section E, the first question is enumerate the structure of personality with respect to Freud's theory of personality. So she has started with the structure of personality in this way. It is okay. Then she has explained it ego and next superego also. So this answer is okay. Again, I would like this is a 6 marker. So definitely it should have a conclusion. Last question is related to neurodevelopmental disorders. Very nicely written and the flow chart is also there. Then I was saying that she has explained all the neurodevelopmental disorders. Again, only one thing I would like to suggest again and again. Child hasn't written the conclusion, although marks are not cut for this, but you never know. So you please, if you have time, do cover the answers and do write the conclusion to your answers. Next is case study. It would be very difficult for me to read the case study, but yes, it is related to gas model. So another important question you'll be able to do if you have read about gas model. And next case study is related to attitude, the congruence and incongruence between the attitude. Okay, dear students, if you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestion, if you want me to make some videos on some particular topics which are not getting clear to you, please do write in the comment section and I will surely prepare it for you.